In the last video, we basically screwed up, and well, just kidding. I said like a lot of mobile application doesn't like to actually mobile game doesn't like to telescope playing. So by what I mean by telescope, like you using a telescope view of the playing, and if you click on this zoom view and go back to the go back to the this system, you see a little plane on the top left. So if you fly quite far, or this is not quite recommended, but if you fly quite far and you can't see the attitude of the plane, that could be actually be a problem. And then if you think about it, it is pretty nice to have a zoom view on here, and basically this is especially if you have a small screen on the phone or on the iPad, but you're a beginner, but you're on a holiday, and you want to do some training, then I think it's still a pretty good idea to have it. And then sure, put on smoke. Okay, just kidding. And also this thing has a bit of this thing has a lot of other options. Like you can modify a plane and do a lot of fancy stuff. And also there's like control line options, gliders and stuff. But my favorite plane is the RT Razor 5. So if I quit that mode, quit the free flight mode, actually there's like a challenge mode on the PC version or the full version. There's like there's like a lot of different challenges you could do with it. This one, I guess, is the pylon racing stuff or something, but I'm not really I don't really know how this one works, but usually you are supposed to glide around the pylons, and this can be a bit hard, but I'm not sure how to do this on the phone, but because it's like the orientation is not it's like a bit of confusing. Maybe if I use an iPad to do it, it would be better. But yeah, I'm not a glider expert either, so maybe it's my skill is not very good. So let's go to the next application. So the next application we're gonna do is the Absolute RC Simulator. So Absolute RC Simulator. This one I remember came out quite early, and then if I it has a lot of options, and the control setup. So I use mode 1, so throttle stick on the right, so I click on mode 1 and the control, and you could control rates high, low, medium, can say control rates high and accept. Then you could select models, but this one, that one, the trainer is basically free, but other playing is like I remember, like, if it says a status ready, then it's you're okay to just fly it. And on the left there you get different options like planes, heli squads. I didn't know there are so many free helicopter versions, and also boats and cars. And then there's a free boat you could play with, and a free car you could play with. So even if you are using the free version, there's a lot of things you could do. But I'm just going to select this plain version, and also the field. I think you get basically two free field, and this one is a park, and and for the heli, you actually get a launch pad version, and also uh, this this bottle, this one with a lot of obstacles, and also the boat fields which you have waters, and I'm just gonna select the playing version, actually this one, and then I go back, and then I think yeah, we're ready to go, and it has a little, you know. Oh wow, this one is gas, right? This is gas plane, is it? I mean, maybe the control rate is a bit high, but on the phone, it's hard to say whether something is realistic but or not. But I feel like this one has the like compared to other mobile applications, this one is it's okay. But I mean, it's okay, but it's not perfect. But it's better than a lot of other things. And I can retrieve the gear. Like you see on the bottom, you also get a little zoom view here, and I can do smoke on. Of course, there are different options, and when you land, you turn on this flap. Well, stay clear from the tree, but this one, I feel like the little bit of problem is you have to adjust the camera a little bit, unless otherwise it won't you won't easily line up with the field, because just for the reason that that the plane is not you know that the camera angle is not perfect, but and I can't wait to like try the helicopters again because like I've it's been some years since it's been some years then I first installed it and play around with, because later I switched to simulators on PC, and then I got sponsored by RC Visions and say the servos and Unlimited 3D. So and then I started to fly the real things and spend a lot of time on that. But this thing is pretty fun. Like oh man, but there's ad. Can I turn off ad actually? Can I just turn off internet and then skip video? Okay. Oh, this thing. Oh man. No. Well, it's not great. It's not great. I mean, maybe the control rate is not good. Control rate, maybe medium, and also control sticks. Show control sticks, and basically that's it, right? Well, if you fly a helicopter, like it's not like planes, you have to be very careful with your throttle, because, or maybe very careful with the pitch, because it wobbles around up and down a little bit, and I don't like the precision of this phone, but this is. But like for a mobile app, this is like this actually came out like 10 years, maybe 20, I think 2012 or something. So at that time, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty good in the today's standards as well. Actually, I mean not in terms of technology, but. If people really push hard, they can do impressive stuff. But for a small field like RC aviations, then it's not like like companies. A lot of companies, when they build those softwares or hardware, they don't tend to spend a lot of money on that, because the market isn't growing anymore, and at least for now. But maybe if we try hard, we can push the market a little bit further, and have more people get into the drones and those interesting stuffs. And but till now, I'm pretty much very bad with helicopters, so don't take my word of this helicopter simulation. So, but yeah, let me try to knock this. Okay, I gave up. So yeah, maybe it's my control is not very precise, but or maybe the mobile application is not precise enough, or maybe my screen is not precise enough for that. I'm just making excuses. I think it's my skills not really good, but you know. Ah, okay, I give up. Let's try another app actually. Um, the this is called RC AirSim. And also I'm gonna click on control and switch to mode one, because I fly mode one for most of my life. And you should, I mean, the most of the audience says of this video should maybe fly mode two, or I'm not sure, but just not to. There are also like mode three, mode four, but this RCR sim also only have mode one and that, and but since the simulation is not, it's not like. I mean, look at those planes. Like when you see those planes, and you think about, like, this must be a vintage simulation, right? Because look at this thing. I mean, there used to be a time when the plane, like people scratch build their own planes. It reminds me of that era. At that time, people not only scratch build their own plane. Well, people still do, but at that time, like most people in the RC field build their scratch build their own plane, and some even write their own like software programs. Well, which I still do, but again, the trend was that, so it gives. I'm not saying which one is better than, like, which one is the better way of flying, but maybe it gives you a bit of more like a freedom to think about how things are built and how things are calculated in that way. And also you could switch camera, like RC view, following view, FPV, RC. I'm just gonna go RC view, and airplane. I'm gonna use. Well, yeah. Like this software. It's actually, it's not a new software anyway. So it also have that a camera problem. So when you fly, up, you don't really know which. Crashed into the tree. I mean, when you fly, you don't really know which part of frame you belong to, and you tend to crash because you only see the plane, or wait, like 10 years ago, like when I first got into RC, or not 10 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. I had the early version of this one, so it's even more primitive than this one, and then that version of the simulator is more, like, even more primitive, that I just couldn't land the plane. I couldn't. I don't know where the. Just flying the plane. You don't know where the runway is. Can I land it on the runway? I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean, I used to, I remember I used to have bad dreams about the planes are revenge planning a revenge on me because I've crashed too many of them on simulators. And it was about this simulator because there's no way you could guess where the runway is. Could you guess where the runway is? No, this is the tree. There's basically it's not, at first I thought it's too hard to land a plane and so on, and but then when I actually fly something, I realized one thing: it's not my problem, because sometimes it's just a mobile application. But luckily now I learned how to land. Luckily, not on this simulator. But it's still fun, pretty fun to play around. It's pretty fun to play around the playing on this simulator. Maybe some days I'll write some code and do some vintage vintage simulation that time. And this thing is really fun because I'll show you why this is so interesting. Like you can load some really vintage plane with this kind of sound. Do I have the sound? Take off. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but okay, basically you can't. And the physics is inferior to the previous two simulators, but I'm not really sure about this because the camera angle, all of those for all of those simulators, the camera angle should be adjusted in some ways. And let's just try chase view. And then suppose you are the pilot of the plane, which is a really cool thing to think about. And instead of using a traditional stick, let's just use maybe the joystick or transmitter of an RCR plane. Try to land it on the runway. Believe me, it's pretty hard, because it's not just the plane. It's that the camera itself, like the chase camera itself, is really shaky, and it's not good. But I keep saying that it's not very realistic, but it's not super realistic. Well, it's still more realistic than a lot of people's expectation of the plane. So as a simulator, you can still learn something about it. Like you can still learn something from it. But then I think the actual fun part is the vintage look of all of the plane, and the feeling, and then the feeling of the game to be in the classic mode. Let's try to find a runway, for example, here. Okay. And it's maybe I can't really see anything. But then okay, this works. I mean, didn't land it on a runway, but it wasn't too bad. And also I just get addicted to this game so much that, I mean, not realistic, but who cares? See that? Okay, let's move on to the last one. So maybe let's move on to the last game I want to review. This is called Electric RC Sim Lite, and then of course we have to. Can I actually do the setting? Right. I paused This doesn't start with the menu. You have to pause it to see the menu, and then And then TX mode, thankfully, scroll down, TX mode, mode 1, fly. And then, of course, this has a paid version. Oh, this actually have a telescope. But then, yeah. This feel like an okay trainer. I mean, I fly aerobatic most of the time, so I couldn't help just messing around with it a little bit. Well, it's gonna stall. Okay. Yeah. And maybe again the problem is that how do you find the runway, like in a software like that? You're gonna have some problems, and it's especially when the runway is pretty small. And by the way, similar to this simulator, there's also a simulator. There's also a mobile version of real flight. I guess 7 or something, but it says real flight mobile. Oh, this one is a 3 channel, so you can't really do it. Like you can't really do a lot of things with it. And yeah, I guess if you go for the paid version, you could find more planes, but for now I'm just going to a free version. Maybe some days I change my mind. I want to maybe do some like mess around with those mobile simulators some more, and maybe try to connect joystick with it, like for whatever reason. But most of the time when we actually have a physical no matter joystick or RC controller or RC transmitter, we usually tend to connect it with the PC because like it sounds more straightforward. But maybe some days, if it's good for some reasons. Okay, so thanks for watching, and if you want to see more contents, I'm trying to be used to a professional, like not actually professional, but sound like a professional YouTuber. If you like the similar contents of radio flying and drones, aerobatic aircraft, and sport RC aircraft, model aircraft, and model aircraft design, build, and 3D print something. Feel like please subscribe the channel and press the like. The algorithm will I don't know how that works either. So yeah, maybe if you press a dislike, it will also be cause I don't know, but maybe just let more people get the information they need and enjoy RC flying. And thanks for watching.